Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Today's readings are Starseed readings, and we are asking, what is the universe going to reveal about your karmic lessons and your pathway forwards? Now, sometimes when I do a Starseed reading, people will ask, what is a Starseed person? Starseed people are old souls. You've been round a few times and you are here with purpose. Starseed people often have, let's say, more challenging life experiences. You face those challenges because you've come here to really elevate the consciousness, to work through and process sometimes things within a genetic line, so that patterns aren't repeated. You're here to elevate the consciousness of humanity at large, and you're doing it in a personal, individual way on your pathway. Some of you will be out there in a really big way, others will be working within families, communities, but one way or the other, your life is here with a very high level of purpose and of service very often as well. So we are asking today what the universe can reveal about your current karmic lessons and your pathway forwards. So we'll draw 3 cards together and also some runes and some charms. Here is card number 1. I'm seeing card number 2. And also this one actually is 3. So reading number 1, we have soul retrieval. Very interesting card. Reading number 2, we have buried in earth. Reading number 3, we have trickster. Okay. And your runes, we have the rune of defense, we have the rune of openings, and we have the rune of gateway. Okay. And your charms, we have the charm of the spiral, the sacred spiral. We have, that's interesting. We have reading number 2, we have the lucky horseshoe. And reading number 3, we have the hand. This was also covered in spirals and it has a little hole in the middle, but there are spirals all over it. I don't know if the camera can focus closely enough on that, but yeah, I just wanted to voice that. The spirals seem very important. Okay, super souls, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer to give you additional time. If you find yourself drawn to more than one reading, trust your intuition. It may be that there is more than one karmic lesson running through your world at the moment. There may even be a collaboration of the readings coming together for you. And you may also be receiving messages about the pathway forwards, how to move through this. So I will leave the video running. The timestamps, as always, are in the description box, and I'll also put them into a pinned comment for phone users as well. Super souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey, beautiful reading number 1. I must just share something really magical with you. So I have just literally gone to get my phone to photograph the cards and the runes and the charms as we had drawn them for the thumbnail. And I keep my phone in another room when I'm doing readings so that we're not interrupted. And it's actually playing some music. And do you know, the song that was playing on my phone as I went to get it and come in and photograph these, I've now put it back, was called Spirals. Look at the spiral you have here and look at all the spirals here in this card. Soul retrieval. There is an energy of literally reclamation around you. This card tends to suggest that you are feeling literally quite fragmented, as if things have kind of broken you down a bit. You're feeling fragmented, a lack of wholeness. There are things with the rune of defense going on around you that feel quite uncomfortable, that have left you disorientated, uneasy. Yeah, fragmented is perhaps the right word. The karmic lessons are to do with, I think, bringing yourself back together. But let's see what other cards we are shown here. So we have Ginseng the Magician. Now this is very, very interesting because this is Uranus and Jupiter. Uranus as an energy, a planet, a teacher. If we think of the planets as our great teachers, Uranus energy, Uranus is the great awakener. I think you're being awoken to your power in some way, shape or form here. We have Jupiter expanding. You're being awoken to your power, but I do need to say, I think you might be being awoken to your power through a lot of disruption or stuff that doesn't feel uncomfortable. I feel like there's a calling for you to, possibly through unexpected circumstances. Uranus is the great awakener, but my goodness me, sometimes really brings about sudden and unexpected experiences. But there's some expansion, some learning, almost like a golden opportunity, I think, here for you in the learning. What else do we have here? We have the card of opportunity. Okay, let's see what else we have. Opportunity, ride the wave. Yes, there is opportunity around you. Now this card speaks, let me show this to you. This card speaks of new opportunities, although they may not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. Be alert, look beyond the obvious, be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. If a new pathway opens for you, trust that it is leading you in a direction you are meant to go. Whatever is going on around you, I'm not saying it is easy. I think there's been stuff that's been kind of unexpected, shaken you up, but there's purpose to it. It's about learning to come to, if you not to fragment, or if you do fragment, if you feel disorientated, maybe if your emotions get the better of you, to be able to pull these things back together. We have, okay, intuition to protect. This is Cancer, the energy of Cancer. Also understanding attitudes from the past, knowing how the past is affecting the present. Understanding your feelings, linking into your intuition. We have Anima Mundi. Now this is interesting because this is a card that pulls everything back together. This, I'm pretty certain, is the very last card in this pack. This is a card that pulls things back together. Beautiful, beautiful energy, because there's an acceptance of, I almost feel there's an acceptance of the imperfection of life and an ability to regain your power in spite of things that are going on or have gone on. Let's draw from one of the tarot packs. I have two tarot packs here. May we have information, please, for reading number 1. We are asking about the karmic lessons and also the pathway forwards, please. Also the pathway forwards. Let us ask, first of all, can we have some validation or information about what's actually happening right now and how this is to be learned and experienced. We have, first of all, we have the 7 of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Hierophant. Look at the key. Look at the key and the lightning. I always associate Uranus with a bolt of lightning. Yeah, this is, and then we have the World. Okay. Very, very interesting. Whatever this karmic lesson that you are processing, and it's come through significant disruption, I'm very conscious of the spiral energy, the spiraling of the universe, the ongoing motion of the universe. We've got all these circles within circles here, and another circle here. This is a point of completion. You're actually completing a karmic lesson that you have processed on more than one occasion before, perhaps in a previous life, maybe historically the timing of your previous life, or even lives, and I am being shown this, the previous lives, it's like the wheel of life, the layers going back. In previous lifetimes, the circumstances were such that you could not have fully processed this successfully. This essence of soul retrieval, of fragmentation. In psychotherapy, for those of you new to my channel, I was an accredited counsellor, a psychotherapist for over 28 years. My calling for me really is very much about connecting that whole knowledge base and understanding with the spiritual, and learning how to integrate, helping people to learn how to integrate these different tools for exactly this, for an upgrade of our consciousness. Now, what I'm seeing in psychotherapy, we think about, we use the terminology when someone breaks down, people have a breakdown. Now, a breakdown, if it is handled well, is also a breakthrough. It's a point of breakthrough. If it's not handled well, it can become a compounded crisis. If it is handled well, it's contained, then it becomes a breakthrough point, and the person will come out feeling complete and whole. And of course, ideally, that's the end goal, whatever their circumstances. This is what you are also doing. You're learning how to come through and navigate, for some of you, profound upheaval and challenge, and to come out of it in a whole place, not to be overloaded to the point where you continually, you kind of continually dissolve. Now, what I am seeing is you have experienced in past lives, I think, and maybe even in this lifetime, several instances. So it may feel for some of you like a pattern is repeating, and you might be thinking, oh, how is this happening again? How have I, managed to be with similar people again? Actually, what's happening is each time you've processed these similar experiences, I feel you've been quite powerless in the face of something. Okay, you felt very powerless, and each time this has happened in past lives, you were absolutely powerless. There was nothing you could do. If you consider the kind of circumstances that we know historically humanity has gone through, where people have been really persecuted, and absolutely, there was nothing they could do to stop that disempowerment. There's something of that you are now, it's now coming to a completion. Your circumstances right now are enabling you to bring something of this karmic lesson to its final conclusion. We see the Three of Cups. This is a card of celebration. We see the Seven of Wands. This is the ability to make choices, to regain your right to choose. So even though circumstances around you, and I am genuinely seeing that they are difficult, we have the bolt of lightning, the key, and the crow. Crows fly between the worlds. So whether we are talking about the crow flying shamanically to the upper worlds, the below worlds, to bring back fragments of your soul that may have dispersed during trauma and difficulty and upheaval, we're also seeing the key to moving forwards here. This is about pulling yourself back together and actually knowing that you can, and knowing that you do have the right to choose. I think choice has been difficult for you. In itself, choices have been quite fraught, I think, for some of you. And it's been a struggle for you to differentiate between what is your intuition and what's being emotionally driven. And also, I think, if we think of emotions as energy in motion, emotions are actually quite a gift. I've written about this when I was sort of exiting my full-time psychotherapy practice. I did write a couple of books, and I'll put links. Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness may be the most helpful for you, because it defines how we can use the negative emotions that we have as a source of empowerment. But also 7 Steps to Spiritual Empathy will teach you how to listen to yourself, and to begin with 7 Steps to Spiritual Empathy came first. It's literally a book to be read in 7 days. 10 minutes a day with exercises that will teach you to listen to your emotions, and you'll start to differentiate between what is emotion and what is intuition. And also you'll be able to listen to your emotions and differentiate. The more you do it, you know, practice makes perfect, but the more you do it, you'll be able to know what emotions are responding in the present as like a guidance system. You know, if you meet somebody and you don't feel comfortable, your emotions are telling you something and you need to listen. You'll be able to differentiate though between those present emotions or emotions that are showing up in the present that are really a residue of the past, where it's almost like a button is pressed, because all of these things cloud our ability to navigate with clarity, with a sense of wholeness. So all of these things I think are relevant in your reading at the moment. I will put links in the description box, certainly to my author page where you can find those books, and also to my free online library. It's a completely free resource. It will always be free. It's full of audios, videos that will teach you. It's all about psychology and emotion. There's a ton of stuff in there. Just, you know, if it's of value to you, go explore it. But back to your reading. What is taking place at the moment, beautiful, beautiful souls, is a lot of discomfort, unease, difficulty that leaves you feeling fragmented. And this is actually an opportunity. You've experienced these things in the past, which is partly why it feels so incredibly powerful now, because in the past you have genuinely been in a completely disempowered position where you had no choices available to you. It's like being, you know, in a firing squad, well, in front of a firing squad, well, or, you know, burned as a witch, or wherever we go with it. The point is, you didn't have a choice. There was nothing you could do. You do now have choices, but the residue of this trauma, actually, of disempowerment has stayed with you, but you've come here to fix it so that A, you're not going to go through it anymore, but also it means it's not passed to future generations. There's a very powerful process going on here, and big respect to you. There is opportunity here. Things are being revealed. We see celebration and success. We see the renewal and the reactivation of your choices. We see the completion of these repeating cycles. Ride the Wave is a card of success. May we have any more information, please, for reading number 1? It's a very powerful reading. May we have more information as to how, perhaps advice, guidance as to how to proceed. I am seeing this, and actually that one too, and that one. And I think one more too. May we have another card, please? 2 cards, okay. So, yes, King of Swords. Very clear guidance for you. So this is where we're talking about really getting clear in your mind, taking charge, where your mind can actually, you can intuitively listen to yourself, but let your mind in a very clear way make clear decisions and choices about not being sort of emotionally swept along. You're needing actually to be quite logical. You know, sometimes we need to learn to listen to our intuition, but if we're feeling emotionally overloaded to the point of fragmenting, it's time for our mind to step in, not in an ego way, but in a way that says, actually, I know exactly what to do. I know what this is really about. Even if it feels wobbly, I actually know that my feelings are perhaps connected to the past or even a past life. So I'm going to actually approach this in a really logical, practical way. Temperance. I can weigh things up. I can think about actually how to handle this. I can process the experience. I love in this Temperance card that we have 2 glasses. We're also seeing this is about attitudes and suggesting that you adopt a glass half full attitude rather than a glass half empty one in this situation. It's very difficult not to when we're feeling overloaded, but actually this is where the power of your clear mind can step in and take charge of this, which is wonderful. 3 of Swords. This can come to an end. You can make a clear choice to actually say, do you know, I am choosing to think about this differently and I am choosing to act differently. I have choices and I choose to empower myself. 4 of Wands, this is a card of celebration. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a card of celebration. It's a card of joy. So we are seeing, along with the Three of Cups, we really are seeing this can come to a completion. So there's so much joy. And look at this Ace of Chalices and the Hermit. You're crossing the bridge. It's like, it feels like your soul is completing a part of your deeply, deeply personal journey. You cross the bridge here. Things are illuminated, and we have the essence of new beginnings in the Ace of Chalices. I am not in any way, reading number one, diminishing the huge impact of what has been going on around you. But in the spiral of life, where we come back time and again in order to process things that historically you simply couldn't. It wasn't that you did anything wrong at all. You did not. You simply couldn't achieve what was needed in terms of empowerment and choice, because historically those opportunities weren't available to you, but you were actually at a level of soul engaging with those experiences so that you could then come back right here and right now in this lifetime to create a completion. And you couldn't create that completion. We can't really understand what it means to overcome something very deep and empower ourselves if we have never experienced the opposite. So although I would not ultimately wish anyone to have gone through anything challenging, it is absolutely true, or I can certainly voice this from my own 28 years of psychotherapy practice. When people overcome adversity, the strength of who they are and the impact not only on their own lives, but the way that ripples out into the world is unbelievable in terms of the change that it creates. And it is often people who have faced challenges who will experience the greatest depth of life and also ultimately the greatest fulfillment. Ace of Chalices, it's gorgeous. This is new love, new light, newness, but in the most beautiful emotional way. Reading number one, I don't think I need to say any more. I am greatly, greatly respectful and in awe of all of you for this level of soul work. I wish to send you my respect and my love and my regard. I now also should just let you know, I will put links to anything and everything that may be helpful to you in the description box and in the pinned comment. And just to also say, if you want to tune into any more of my readings and you don't want to miss any, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I post these pick a card readings usually on a Tuesday, a Friday, sometimes a Saturday as well. Every single Sunday I post a pick a card reading for information right here, right now, and weekly guidance for the week ahead to help to navigate the realness of what's happening in your world and right here and right now. That's a weekly reading. And I do also post all zodiac sign readings. My readings work with the moon month rather than the calendar month, but they are on Patreon, which is a different site. It works on donations and there are no advertisements. But Super Souls, I'll just put all the relevant links there for you. I'm seriously, it's an honour to read for you. What more can I say? I'm humbled by your journey and by the depth of work that you are achieving. And I am seeing that success, and absolutely it's approaching it logically with a clear mind, understanding what you're processing and why you're processing it, keeping that in mind and choosing to adopt that positive attitude and literally to pull yourself together and recognize your choices, however hard it feels, because if we've ever had choices removed, it can feel really wobbly to even embrace them, you know, even though it's the thing we want the most. So, you know, it's just present, it's human, it's there. I'm sending you all the love in the world. Reading number one. Hey, reading number two, we have the card Buried in Earth, Transference. We have the Lucky Horseshoe and the Rune of Openings. This is a very interesting collaboration because already this connection is showing us, firstly, that you're in touch with your ancestors, or your ancestors are trying to reach out and be in touch with you. They are trying to give you something that will create some kind of an opening. Could be like a rite of passage in some way, shape or form. Before we say any more, let's look at some more cards. So, Oracle cards, you have Palo Santo Guardian. Right. And we have the nodes here with Pluto, which is about rebirth. We have synchronicity. Oh my goodness me. Reading number 2. Wow. Are seemingly random coincidences showing up in your life? This card asks you to listen to the signs and take them seriously. You are tuning into the universal energy of a greater collective consciousness, and these synchronicities are arriving in your world to guide you. Listen. My goodness me, Guardian, you are being protected, you are being guided. I sort of almost feel whatever the lessons that are showing up in your life, I almost feel like you kind of can't really go wrong here, which is an interesting thing that I find myself saying. But let's continue. Reading number 2, Peaks of Joy. And we have this butterfly of transformation staring you in the face. Yeah, there's something here that's really opening up for you. Okay. We then have the card of Leo, beautiful, leadership. This is about Leo energy, is about courage, creativity, celebration, taking a chance, self-confidence. Wow, reading number 2. This is really, really interesting. Now, I am just going to continue drawing cards before I dive into what I really feel I'm tuning into. Okay, we have the shadow. Lovely. So we've got this kind of, well, I want to say things are not black and white. Black as a colour is actually made up of many, many, many colours. Gosh, this is fascinating. What I will say with the shadow card showing up here, I feel that you have been processing something at really significant depth that has involved you delving into the shadow side of yourself. And indeed, I would venture to say the shadow sides of others. But what we're seeing is you coming out the other side. It's like, I feel as if your capacity for your own psychic abilities is massively increasing. And your ability to be a seer is massively increasing. I think it's increasing because you have had to delve into the shadows. But what we are seeing is you coming out, being lifted. Literally, it's like passion returns, moving from the underworld to the above world. Let's draw tarot cards. There's going to be a lot shown, I think, in these readings. Needing to understand your karmic lessons, what the universe wishes to reveal about your karmic lessons now and the pathway forwards. Let's ask what we're shown now, first of all. May we kindly ask for reading number 2, what we are shown about the pathway that reading number 2 are navigating right here and right now. Okay. So we have the 3 of Cups. We then have the 7 of Cups. We then have the 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Reading number 2. I actually think the message, there's a very specific message here for you about where you go from here. I can see that you have had to delve into the shadows. I can see you've dealt with aspects of self-doubt. But this is really interesting because it is as if the universe is saying, look, what are you waiting for? You've done the inner work. You've done the diving into the shadows. It's high time that you surface and you get into the world and you take an ownership of what you really actually want and allow yourself to believe in this possibility. It is almost as if I think you have stifled some of your real desires. You haven't allowed yourself to even take an ownership of what you really, really want. And it is as if your ancestors, your guardians, are trying to give you a little bit of a shove in the right direction. They're saying, look, we'll show you the signs. We are trying to open doorways for you. We are trying to give you a nudge. We're trying to show you your self-worth. We're trying to show you that you can have things you desire. Why are you not believing us? Why are you not taking action? There is a karmic lesson here of entitlement and ownership. Believing in stuff, believing that you can be lucky, that you can have, that you can be joyous, that you can have, that you can celebrate, that you can have, and indeed have so much that you have enough to share, abundance to share, joy to share. How fascinating. How fascinating reading number 2. Your karmic lesson is wholly about you taking an ownership of joy, of good luck, of moving forwards with confidence, of knowing that you can and that you do deserve. I'm loving it. How fascinating. I can see that you've done a lot of shadow work. You've done a lot of self-inquiry. You've done a lot of peeling back the layers, layer after layer after layer. You've done a lot of letting go. Your ancestors are really honouring the work you've done, and they're kind of saying, like, you've done all this, now it's time that you actually embrace a life that you enjoy. It's really clear, your reading, it's so clear. Let's draw more cards. May we ask where this is actually going as well, please? Oh, we have the card of the Lovers. Right, if any of you are, I want to say, not entirely in denial, but not really taking an ownership of your right and entitlement to a partnership that will bring you happiness, it's time to make that choice and that decision. Ultimately, the card of the Lovers is a card of choice. Own your choices, own your desires. Make a conscious decision to know that you do deserve to have what you really secretly desire. And the universe will support you. Signs will be shown. Oh, that's way too many. Way too many. What I am going to do, yeah, that is just way too many. And I was never a good shuffler. I'm always in complete and utter awe of readers that I watch who just, you know, do the whole kind of, it looks like they work in a casino. I'm just stunned at how good they are. I've never been a good shuffler, but I do trust my instincts when the cards show themselves. I'm going to take all those. Okay, so we have the card of the Lovers, and then we have the card of Temperance. I'm loving the imagery in this card. Can we see that we have 2 cups here again? Now, I think this is reminding us, for those of you who are not taking an ownership of happiness in partnership, it's a bit like the 2 of Cups. You can, and it's time to have that. I also see it that there's more than one area of your life where you are maybe not allowing yourself to believe in that possibility. This is about filling up your cup and being able to drink of it. There's several messages in this card. One connecting to partnership, another connecting to more than one area of your life, perhaps your working world and your personal life as well. I'm also seeing that idea that if you fill up your cup first, you will then have plenty to give. I think you're someone who gives before you've filled your own cup up. If you think of the analogy of, if you have a jug of water, let's say, and you are constantly filling everybody else's cups up with that water, eventually, if you don't top up the jug, you're going to run out. And it's time to take full ownership of filling up that jug of water first. Really seeing that coming through here. Keeping your life in balance in terms of giving and receiving. Allow yourself to receive. And the High Priestess, this is wonderful. This is saying, we will guide you. We will show you the pathway. Trust, and your ancestors are walking with you. Your ancestors, your guides, are going to show you the way. Synchronicities are seemingly random coincidences showing up in your life. Listen to the signs, take them seriously. You are tuning into the universal energy of a greater collective consciousness. These synchronicities are arriving in your world to guide you. Listen, listen. And what do we have here? Ace of Chalices, stunning energy of cups overflowing. Again, fill up your own cup and you will be a fountain in which you can offer to others. Page of Chalices and the Hierophant. Now what I see here, look at this page. Page energy is quite new. It's sometimes actually quite fast forward moving. It's not as fast as the Knights, but it's about initiating beginnings, trusting, following, the renewal of faith. This is what I'm seeing here. The Hierophant, I'm really being shown that people, circumstances will arrive in your world to guide you. If you've been guided to this reading, maybe you've never connected with my channel before and it just randomly showed up in your inbox and you think, well, I'm not subscribed to that channel. Where did that come from? But you've tuned into this reading. You're here today. Signs, signals, synchronicities all around you. Your pathway is being fully guided. Your pathway to a future in which your cup will be overflowing, in which you find your confidence. You own your confidence, your entitlement, your desire. It's your time. It's as simple as that. Really interesting. Your karmic lesson is to allow yourself to receive. Your karmic lesson is to believe in that possibility. And the pathway forwards is to watch for the signs and the synchronicities. They are being shown to you. You are being guided to a place where in confidence you can look after you, and in the receipt of your own abundance in every way possible. I excuse that chuckle in my life, in my laugh. I don't know if you caught that in my sort of words, but literally as I'm speaking this, a white feather has just literally drifted down in front of my window. A single white feather. You're going to be shown the signs that you need, literally, that will open doorways. And this is about looking after you, filling up your own cup, having what you desire, having what you want, and then having an abundance to share with others. You've done the shadow work. You've done the shadow work. This is now your time. The world and the universe operates in spirals, in layers. And now this is a chapter of your world where you are being guided to have and to enjoy. Reading number 2, I am utterly thrilled for you. I really, really am. This is so joyous. I cannot tell you the energy that's coming off this. I'm sure that you can feel it. You know, this is about you having an abundance, a balance of giving and receiving, being guided, being shown the way. It's heavenly, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely. I'm thrilled for you. Truly, truly thrilled. Super souls, thank you so much for being here. I feel there's nothing more to tell you in your reading. I'm loving that your karmic lesson is really all about joy. I mean, it's just wonderful. Often our karmic lessons can be quite deep and, you know, a lot to look at, but for you this is a layer of a karmic lesson that is really present for you now, and it's absolutely wonderful. Couldn't be more positive. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help to support the channel, and it really does help me to continue to put free readings into the world. Thank you so much. I do post pick a card readings, usually on a Tuesday, a Friday, sometimes a Saturday as well, and always on a Sunday, with weekly guidance, with immediate messages from Spirit to help you to bring advice and guidance that you need right here, right now, and for the coming week. So thank you all of you who are following those Sunday readings as well. If If you're new to my channel, do check them out. If you'd like to never miss a reading, if you press the little bell icon when you subscribe, everything should come into your stream. I also do post all zodiac sign readings on Patreon, which is a very different platform. There are no advertisements, but it runs on donations. Do check those out as well if you are interested. I will put the link to all these things in the information box. I have a timeless readings playlist as well. And in that timeless readings playlist, there are lots of readings that answer specific questions. It is there as a resource. I will put all of the links, the link to Patreon, the timeless playlist, all these things I will put in the description box and in the pinned comment for phone users, so you can access anything and everything that you may wish to do so. And I have to just tell you this, just lastly, we had that feather that arrived. What I have now in front of my window are two beautiful wood pigeons, and they are kind of doing this mating game. They are literally unashamedly kind of courting one another. It's like they're so present, and just it feels like they are just in the moment, in pure enjoyment of possibility. And I just wish to share that with you before I sign off from your reading. Reading number 2, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Hey, reading number 3, you have the card of Trickster Challenge, and you also have the rune of Gateway. This is very interesting as a combination because Gateway asks us to pause and notice something. So what is it that you need to see? There's something potentially maybe being shown to you, offered to you, mirrored to you in the form of possibly a challenge. Let's draw more cards and see what we're shown. So we are asking, can the universe reveal the karmic lessons that are around you at the moment and also the pathway forwards? So we have Lavender. This is a card of Weaver. Now lavender is an interesting energy. Lavender as a herb is what we call an adaptogen. Lavender takes energy to where it's needed. So it moves energy, and we're seeing a web where something is being woven here. We have the symbol of Mercury. Mercury is also the symbol of the Magician card in the tarot. What else do we have? And actually the Trickster energy, interestingly enough, is also a symbol sometimes. If the Magician card in the tarot shows up as in reverse, for those of you that use reverse meanings, you know, the shadow side is a Trickster energy, and we have Mercury here. Worth the wait is something or someone not moving forwards as fast as you would like. This card is here to reassure you, haha, Gateway, take your time. Hold fast, be patient, the best things in life are worth waiting for. Okay, what else do we have? Deep freeze. Okay, so yes, something is not moving forwards as you would like, and there's purpose to this. There's a learning curve, there's a karmic lesson in this. What else do we have? We have Mercury. You could not write this, could you? Okay, so we know that the card of the Magician is also a trickster ruled by Mercury. We have Mercury here and we have Mercury here. Okay, many thoughts, many words, awareness, and you know, communications. Very, very interesting energy. Mercury again. Now let's have a look at our archetype card. What do we have here? The Ocean. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw some tarot cards before we dive into your reading. Right. Okay, may we have information about the karmic lesson that is taking place for reading number 3, please. How interesting. Even the cards, I feel the cards are feeling a bit trickstery. Normally the card, here we go. I was saying normally cards fly out quite easily. It's very clear to me, and yet it's almost something that's not quite being forthcoming, but it is now. So thank you. Thank you very much. We thank you for this. Hey. Okay. So We have the Ten of Swords. What an interesting first card. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. How interesting. 2 sixes. 6 and 6. Yes, and I'm quite curious. We have 6 in the 65. We have 6 in the 26. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Butterfly of Transformation. Okay. Okay, reading number 3. There is a massive, massive transformational shift taking place in your life at the moment. It's like literally stepping through a gateway. Stepping through a gateway, it's almost like empty-handed. See the hole in this? Empty-handed into the unknown. This hand, as I said right at the beginning, is full of spirals. There's all of these spirals of energy, these wheels upon wheels, wheels within wheels, taking place, turning, literally turning your world upside down, turning it into cartwheels. And I feel like I almost want to say fasten your seatbelt. The problem is, and it's not actually a problem, but I think it's a problem in our humanness, is that you can't see where this is going at this point in time. You know, and you know it instinctively. You absolutely know that your world is in a space of transformation. But whilst it is simultaneously, it's like you're in this zone of transformation. Let's say if you think of a gateway as not being like simply where we open a door and we step through it. If you think of a gateway more like a tunnel, that's what we're seeing here. Much more like a tunnel. And you step in at one end of the tunnel and you've got a long walk and you really can't see. You can see where you are in the tunnel. You can just about see in the dark kind of thing. And you are walking, you're walking along. And it isn't that things aren't visible, but you don't really know where that tunnel is going to emerge at the other end. You kind of know that it will. I think there's a sense of trust and faith, but also there's a huge amount of, I don't know what's going on. I know it's all moving. I know that it should be moving. I know this is right, but I have no idea where it's going. There's something in your karmic lesson about learning to handle transformation, learning to handle patience, learning to handle living in a way that is coping with uncertainty and the not knowing. In our human world, we really do try to dominate life and the universe. And of course, I mean, we know we can't. We're human, we're a part of life. We're not dominant. I remember when we went into lockdown, I will share this with you. This is a connection from my own spiritual family, my own spiritual team in the human world, my own mentors. And one of my mentors actually said, when we went into lockdown, she quoted a very dear friend of hers who has now passed away, a Native American called Willie Lone Bear. And he had said many years ago, if humanity does not learn to respect the earth, she will shake them off like a dog shakes fleas off its back. And I remember she voiced this as we went into lockdown. She was saying, you know, there's a relationship between our lack of respect and our world is now being turned upside down. I know my younger sister, who's a very good astrologer, spoke to me about the astrological collaborations and the alignments of the planets coinciding with the destruction of the rainforest, you know, the lungs of the earth, and COVID, you know, affected our lungs. I mean, there are all these different pieces of information, and I don't want to delve too much into all sorts of stuff. The reason I'm voicing them is because the essence of what I'm trying to communicate, Mercury, is that there is a karmic lesson which is to do here with sort of knowing that sometimes we have to collaborate from a space of not knowing. in our human goal-orientated way, even in our process of manifestation, we can still lean into a space where we forget that we are just a part of the bigger picture. We're a part of the web. And yes, we are actively weaving a part of that web, but so too is everyone else. And so too is the earth herself. The planets are great teachers. I always think of the planets as our teachers. The energy they send in is bringing us life lessons. You are at a phenomenal transformational turning point. Now, it's a very positive one. It's going to help to bring you into balance and to end something that has really been very challenging for you. Either a historical something, a period of life coming to an end. It could be an inner attitude. But the key that I'm really seeing here, I don't feel I need to go into that too much. The key that I'm seeing here is that you are at this gateway, and the gateway is more like a tunnel to come through and emerge out the other side. You're being asked to step into a space of not being entirely sure how something might work out. You know, sometimes when we're manifesting, we really can have an idea and you know, every door just opens and it just all falls into place. At other times, we have to walk and sort of trust that we'll be shown where we need to go, and trust that it'll be worth the wait. And everything here is being shown to you. It may feel as though something isn't going on in your world, reading number 3. But actually it is. Things are being drawn to a completion, and your lesson, your karmic lesson, is handling this sort of kind of space of uncertainty, of feeling like the universe has the upper hand, and beginning to feel sometimes almost as if tricksters keep showing up in your life. You know, the rug keeps being pulled out from under your feet. You know, just when you thought you knew what you were going to do next, you know, the road takes another twist or another turn. All of this is actually leading you to something that is worth waiting for. It's just that there is a kind of a process to go through here. And part of the learning within that is to handle that, to hold your energy, to know that you are a part of the whole, and that there are other pieces in play. So learning to play your part, doing so with a degree of trust, taking steps, making choices one choice at a time, keeping things in balance. Let's draw more cards. This is a very intriguing reading, reading number 3. Very intriguing. I always feel, you know, there are two things in this life that when we arrive in this lifetime, there are two things that are certain. One is uncertainty, and the other is death, that we will pass away. I don't think there's anything much else that we can be genuinely certain of, except that we do, in our human way, try to be certain. We cling to certainty. We fear uncertainty. It's one of our biggest challenges. Starseed people, beautiful souls who have been around several times, I think this is one of the biggest challenges that as a human being we actually face, which is handling uncertainty and the realness of that, handling the fact that we are not in charge. We can only ever be co-creative. And once we recognize we can be co-creative and we learn to trust and see the signs, the universe then will actively be cooperating with us. I think the universe is always actively cooperating with us. That's my own belief. It's just that sometimes the stuff we're being shown is pretty harsh, I will actually say. Pretty harsh stuff sometimes. May we please have more information, even a sneaky peek into the future here, please. Okay, I think we'll take these cards, thank you, as they have landed. Right. Oh, lovely. You have the Star. I was really feeling like, gosh, you guys are having a tough call here. I do think living with uncertainty is honestly one of our biggest human challenges. It's a human thing. We have the Star. This is beautiful. And then we have the Six of Wands. Look at the way you are being guided. The Star is about holding hope, knowing that the universe is actually genuinely looking after your well-being, even if it may not feel like it sometimes. You're being shown things. The Six of Wands, you are being guided. You truly are. Yes, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So we'll put these cards, yes, look at this. We'll put these cards over here just for a moment. I can see that this has been, it's feeling like a weary road. You know, I really get that. I really do see that. But actually, these experiences, this is going to really hold you in very good stead for the future. There is a new chapter of life emerging. The Two of Pentacles here, in a very real, a very real, solid way. There is a new chapter of life emerging where your world will be far more in balance, far more. You're going to be in a space where you can readily give and receive. But this journey, this tunnel it's left you feeling weary. But you are actually being guided. It may feel like you're stepping into this space of the unknown. You're having to deal with, I don't know what's coming next or when it's coming next. But actually, there is purpose to it and phenomenal learning at every twist and turn of the road, every twist and turn of that tunnel. What we then do see is the Five of Chalices. Part of what's taking place is, as you are navigating this, you are being shown things that you can let go of. You're being shown some attitudes. I did speak of this a little earlier. Some attitudes. You may even be hanging out with people who, really, to be honest, maybe you're accepting things or people in your life who don't really resonate with you, who are no longer going to be appropriate for the next stage of your journey. It may be that you physically actually have to move, or you need to change a job. You will be letting go of things, and systematically, as you let go of things, the world will be moving forwards, and you will become the master of your own destiny again, metaphorically. But what will happen is you'll begin to know how to do it in a way that is co-creative. I love that this King of Pentacles is so like the trickster, literally upside down. I do really feel the energy will emerge. Things that you want are worth waiting for. You're learning patience and you're learning to live with uncertainty. I honestly, genuinely, from my heart, I can truly tell you, reading number 3, I think these are honestly potentially some of the greatest life lessons that we can ever face. Because in truth, the world is uncertain, but we kind of tell ourselves something else, because actually it makes us feel better, it makes us feel more secure, it makes us feel safer. And you have really experienced and are full on experiencing these challenges. But there is reassurance here. You are being guided. You are being guided. You're being shown exactly what you need to let go of. And things, as literally systematically as you let go of things, your world will pick up. We see this, you'll learn from this experience how to navigate in a way that it'll be things that actually have previously bothered you will become like what I would say water off a duck's back. That saying comes to mind with the ocean here as well. I do feel I want to draw another card for you, which is really interesting. I've had this pack sitting here. I was really drawn to use it in these readings, and yet I haven't needed to in either reading 1 or reading 2. I feel this is now actually the pack that is being called for you. I knew it was going to be needed somewhere, I just didn't know where. Now what I'm going to do, I sort of feel very strongly I'm going to run it down the side here. Okay, I want to just pull out that card. I do feel this one here too. They actually do have affirmations. These are sort of two-sided cards. They have affirmations on one side. Here we go. And information on the other. Okay, right. I think what I'll do is I'll read this side for you first. So this is the card of the social worker, and it's clear quartz, a clear quartz cluster. Do you have a strong desire to help people cope with their problems and challenges? Be an advocate for members of society that need aid due to their age or their health. A happy and healthy community is imperative for the well-being of all. This is about you knowing that your part in the bigger picture, community, your part in the bigger picture makes a difference. The affirmation is, the best care is always available to me. I courageously see through the darkness of adversity to make positive changes. Well-being is mine. We then have the card connected to blue lace agate, the speaker. When you speak, do people listen? Speak your truth and share your wisdom and knowledge, and use your life experiences to bring a message to the forefront. Tell stories to demonstrate who you are. Passionately illustrate your points. It is time to speak the truth. Communication, which is what Mercury rules. Mercury showing up again. Affirmation, I am heard and understood. I easily and honestly communicate what is on my mind. I speak eloquently. My courage helps me communicate with ease. The message that is coming through here for you is as well, in terms of letting go of things, I think people are in your life, circumstances that make you feel like you're in this windy tunnel. For some it may just feel like a long straight tunnel, but it's a gateway. And the stuff that's going on around you is causing you to have to handle the courage of uncertainty, that feeling of darkness and the unknown. It's also causing you to have to speak up, to communicate clearly, to take an ownership of your position, rather than also seeing yourself as a sort of I won't say powerless, but you know, it's this whole gosh, how can I word this well? It's this whole position of either feeling as if it's that human perspective where we're in charge of things, or feeling like actually the universe is in charge of absolutely everything. And it's that swinging from the human perspective where we're trying to be in charge, versus the opposite where we feel as though we're completely powerless and we have no choices at all. And the reality is we are co-creative. We need to build an active relationship with the universe where we are handling uncertainty and yet also owning our own choices and our own voice. This is such a biggie in terms of human evolution. I mean, this is way, way at the top, Starseed souls. This is way at the top of human evolution and consciousness. It really, really is. You know, you have traveled through many lives to get to the stage where this is the level of life learning that is taking place, and I honor you. I truly, truly honor you. You are being guided. You will come through this. I mean, look at the way you're, it's like you will just be so able to handle life in such an amazing way. I always feel when the bull shows up, and indeed pentacles, you know, we're talking about the real stuff of life, the practical stuff, the actuality, the materialization, the manifestation of the real deal of stuff. You are going to get very good at this. You will get very, very, very good at this and be relational with the universe's curves and twists in the road. You are coming out of this on top. We're seeing this. It is worth the wait. The best things in life are worth waiting for. Hold fast, be patient. Just deal with the lessons as they show up. Let go of what you need to let go of. This will move forwards. Have patience. Honestly, the level of soul growth here for you guys, yeah, I'm in awe of you, because you know, this is at the top of the crust of learning. It really, really is. Super souls, I feel this is your reading coming to a completion. Thank you for joining me today. I truly, truly send you the biggest hug ever, and I will do my utmost within my own meditations to hold that light at the end of that tunnel for you, to assist you in guiding you in any way that I can contribute to your soul growth here. It is extraordinary, it's powerful. Super souls, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. This is one of many pick a card readings that I upload. I usually upload every Tuesday, Friday, sometimes a Saturday, and I always post a reading on Sunday for immediate guidance in the here and now and for the next 7 days. Do check out those readings. Do check out my Timeless Readings playlist. It's full of readings that answer very specific questions. They are there to help to guide you on your journey. It is a resource. And yeah, thank you all of you for being here. Liking, sharing, subscribing really does help to support the channel. I also do post all zodiac sign readings on my Patreon channel, which is very different. It works on the basis of donations, but do check out anything and everything that may be of help to you. I will put various links into the description box for you and also into a pinned comment. Super souls, I am in awe of this level of learning. It's profound, it's not easy, but I just feel it sits at the absolute core of what it means to become a successful conscious human being. So my hat goes off to you, and I'm sending you all the love in the world.